You may remember that I cut a whole bunch of tiles for the coffee table made of Cache Lapidary river rocks from here in near Fort Collins, Colorado. Of course, I had several buckets of the slices left over, which I think I showed you in that video. But these are about a 1/16 of an inch. Some of them maybe push an eighth, but the intention is that they're very thin. I had a very scientific method to cutting them very efficiently and quickly. And I wanted to show you, because I couldn't find them when I made the last video, but I have them now. They were in that shed. I made some inlays here. They're a lot prettier wet. So of course many of the stones are symmetrical because you cut a slice and a slice and a slice, and when you open them you get the butterfly effect. So I wanted to show these to you guys. You can do this with your rocks. I took a mesh. This is a rubber mesh of some kind. Just got it at Home Depot. And you use silicone and adhere the rocks there, and that enables you to later use them in any number of applications. You know, tile layers, of course, are familiar with this method. In fact, you can buy inlays of broken tile, tumbled stones, which I also mentioned in the last video. But there's nothing like your own rocks that have sentimental value and meaning. These are just some butterflies. I might mention that another thing to look for in your rocks as you're going to cut them, if your intention is to make something like these butterflies, occasionally the really weird shaped rocks that you might not want to use for anything else, but boy, they make a beautiful butterfly. Just this gnarly, bizarre shape of a rock. You know, if you look at the edge, it looks like probably a really rough, useless rock for many things, but at least in my opinion, that sure is a nice shape for butterfly wings, and that was unintentional. When I cut these rocks, it was for the table, but some of these worked out really nicely. Here's another one where both the shape of the rock and the pattern really worked in my favor. I wouldn't say these are any particular kind of butterflies. I mean, you're kind of married to whatever the rock is. You don't really have a choice there, but if you cut a million rocks, you're going to have some really nice results. Let me just put it that way.